Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we are going to looking at the best highlights from the today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Let's see what both teams have prepared for us today.
Yeah. I hope Tango's going to face check in. I think he's going to be in a bit of trouble here. Zora's moving over as well. Flashes to get the slow down. Tanguin is going to die. And this first pick, Udyr.
I think they're early and set him up. But a lot of the time, Breathe is left on the island. RNG actually up to the second highest first dragon rate in the league. We see them.
How your Ornn combo is, because you've got 3 targets that could be pretty much one-shot by an Ornn combo. If you can pull it off. There's a knock-up onto Ming. He clears the wave, but the CC chain is so terrifying. And Zora's stuck underneath the tower here. Ornn comes on through, but it's too little too late. And it'll be a kill into the pocket of Ming.
Okay, reverse dive coming through, but they don't have a wave just yet.
Here we go, Breathe under tower, all out, available. If you can pull someone out of the situation, Xiaoshu tanking it. They're not doing any damage. Graves can't hit him behind the tower. Nayo's just hitting the tower this entire time. And Breathe pulls Xiaoshu back under the tower. Oh, he gets out with his life, but that was close.
That was so close. Like you said, Breathe, making it so Nayo is having a hard time finding any damage on him. RNG still will be the team to be able to pick up first turret in this game. And it's just in time. Dragon's going to be coming up soon. Neither team having really any...
They're trying to get him. He's just dodging the grave shots. He's like, there's a melee minion that's 1 HP. Might as well take the 20 gold. But there we kind of way.
Yeah, again, it feels like the longer... okay, not going to connect. The longer LPL goes on, I feel like the better we're seeing teams use scrubs. I feel like the more we're seeing teams go back to like, hey, actually there are times where we can't play around top and look for things because we can't hit that spot. It just seems like teams are taking a bit of time to ease in.
LWX could be in trouble. Oh, he flashes straight into the Ornn ultimate. The spiraling despair, the shot from Nayo as well. The long-range barrage from RA. And yes, considering the amount of pressure he's been under. But RA moving in to contest the Herald here, knocking it down to 2K. It's going to be a smite fight, but Wave forced out of the pit. And RA just walk in and say, thank you very much. We'll take that. Herald, thanks for the leash, RNG. Why are we committing for a control ward? This is not worth it. Oh, Xiaoshu on the front line is going to be rooted up. Should be taken down here, but RA might be able to continue the fight. Full retreat, though, as they back off.
So that's a good sign for them.
Yeah, statistically, doing pretty well when the ultimate is available. It's the Drake down to 5k. Xiaoshu behind enemy lines here on the Udyr. The Call of the Forge God comes on through. Knockups across. Just wait for the time being. Drake taken now. Can they find a fight as well? Ult from Tanguin doesn't land, but the collateral damage does. And Breathe now alone on the front line as the rest of RNG just trying to escape over Banana, but it's not going to happen for them. Vikla taking a bit of damage. Way flashed away from on the ultimate, and LWX just flattened under Zora's hooves. Whale go down as well. It's an absolute massacre. And RA, they're destroying RNG.
RA's sitting at 1. Such a good performance. Having to pivot in the draft because of the bans, but still making things work out so well in this game.
RNG can get in and start a fight properly is if you get Way Cataclysm onto multiple people, Tanguin Shockwave to follow it up.
Exactly.
But Tanguin, the one being engaged, but he's just dead. He's gone. RA just playing so well. Yes, up in this game, 3-0 and 4. Why do we not see him on carries more often?
Okay, it's just so we're you know, to be able to look out for now, pushing this top side, pushing bot, just really taking advantage of the game.
That's kind of insane. They're not just beating RNG, they are destroying them right now, and it's great to see them having such a good performance. Zora could be in trouble, no flash available for him. There's a shield. He's pretty damn tanky. He will finally fall.
I know, assumes Q would not have helped him survive, but still would have been funny if he could have survived 1.5 items coming through now that he has the opportunity there as well. Graves is only getting stronger and stronger. Then you look at Vikla, going kind of the full defensive.
You're kind of banking on RA making a big mistake, right? Because even if you get the big crystal arrow, I'm not sure you can actually win a 5v5 at this point. Even if you've got a stun on an AD carry.
That guaranteed engage, and just try and have someone block for the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, but now going for the second time, they don't have that same
There's a third Drake picked up by RA. They controlled the top side early on, got themselves all 6 grubs, got themselves the Herald.
His you know, spear into the brush.
Do you know, I would love for Xiaoshu to just go bot using these grubs, but here we go. He's going to go for a flank on mid instead. LWX the target, Call of the Forge Gods, flashed away from. They can't quite find the engage. They've got some damage onto Breed though. Is he tanky enough? Yes is the answer, and the shockwave it onto everyone, but the shields come through from Assume, and somehow everyone survives. Now Breathe is the one to go down as LWX, just about getting away with his life. How on earth did RNG not win that fight? They had everything they could have dreamt of, and they still end up going down.
Like you said, the setup was there. Now for RA, they're just going to be able to run forward and actually potentially look for the end. 40-second death timer on LWX.
They might just be able to do it. Breathe down as well. It's 3 men remaining. Tangyuan has to clear this wave. Remember, no Baron was ever taken by RA. Wei has been caught, but he just about gets away with his life. Tangyuan surviving for now. Needs to clear these waves, but there's so many mites. There's no way to get through all of these minions, and RA have done it. They finally find the angle. They get themselves a fight, and they should be able to take down this. Assume almost 2v1 on the bottom side of the play.
Back to the channel. In today's episode, we are going to looking at the best highlights from the today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Let's see what both teams have prepared for us today.
Can be around on this side of the map.
He's proxying with Wei right here, and he's out of minions under the tower. He could be in a really dodgy spot. This is
Nio's close.
super respectful, but Xiaoshu has got Breathe so low, and Nio, as you say, moving in. Breathe still flash available, but he flashes towards the Viego. Stun comes on through, and that's first blood. Beautifully played by the RA top side.
Wei kind of leaving Breathe out to dry there. Might go down himself. Seismic shove.
Flash is available for him, but dashes over to Ming. Great bit of play on the top side here. Great roam from Vic. Strong lead. The question will be, how can Xiaoshu impact the rest of the map? And you know, we were talking about how Wei and Breathe have been the strongest part of the map for RNG.
Yeah, and I mean, just constantly shadowing around, and it seems like RNG just not used to this from happening.
Here we go, Breathe, Q3 onto Xiaoshu, but he wasn't even tanking yet. The flick back is there. And Breathe, oh no! He's walking away on 1 HP. Vickler's trying for it. He's under the tower. And luckily the tower damage reset, but the kick comes in from Wei to answer. And Breathe, miraculously surviving for so long, ruins the play for RA.
They thought they finished him off. Now trying to bait him this way. Did fall for it, has to flash on
At
it.
least answering kind of cost him a summoner, but yeah, we're happy with that. At least they get something back. Breathe having a hard time, but RNG are up in gold, and now Zora is alone underneath the tower. Let's see how this dive is going to go. Twisted advances. Ming is currently tanking the tower. He's going to have to flash. No, he's not. Fate's Call comes into play, and they kick him out of tower range. Zora down, and everyone survives. TP from Vickler. This could be a redive. Vickler has to hold off the wave here just to be able to survive. Otherwise,
Might have been enough to finish him off. I do gotta say, though, the TP was quite late. I don't know if Vickler didn't have it up just yet, or if he thought Zoro was going to be 5 at any time, but for now it's RNG the ones maintaining control over the pit. Kind of like what you're saying before the game, right? Maybe just try and get them to walk in. Use that ult from Ming. Ooh, or not. Be more proactive.
Zora could be in trouble. He's tanky, but I don't think he's tanky enough to deal with this Callista end. And that'll be Zora down. Way! There's no need for that. It steals the kick, had flash, but not willing to go for it for the time being. Drake spawning. And Zora is back in the play. He's joined the team once again. He is alive. There's Breathe and Xiaoshu sparring on the top side. Kick comes on through. There's the railgun as well. Tangyuan down. It's the face call there to save Ming as well. Wei being chased down next, and RA are just going from strength to strength. They're looking at another team fight. Winner Xiaoshu on the top side here, and they're dodging everything. RNG can't get the damage back, and this will be Drake for RA.
No, even having to use, you know, some of their big team fighting tools defensively, like RA actually starting this one off, but it's Tangyuan who gets forced forward by Zora, left on his lonesome, and just collapsed on.
Vickler's caught. Oh no! The stones is still can't find the way to play in a meta, but I don't know. This is just
deal with later on, but at the same time, you have an Orianna, like Callista's still going to be able to do damage once we hit that 3-item mark.
Calista. We should be able to fight at this point in the game. They definitely are against the scaling composition. Let's see if they can make it happen. Way alone on the bottom side of the play, but Vicla's gone too far forward, just as we praise him. It makes a massive misstep. Way flashes to safety, and now Zora trying to tackle the front line, but he ain't that tanky just yet, and he's forced to flash. RNG so far so good. Flash forward from Ming, but it's answered by Assume's flash as well. And Breathe diving in as well, but they just can't quite close the gap. Way does not have his ultimate available, and baits out some CC with a safeguard. Nicely done here. Xiaoshu rejoins the fray once more. This is the longest dragon scrap ever, and the knockup finally coming through. Xiaoshu down, and RNG finally.
Yeah, that was rather unfortunate timing of the compliments coming through from Vicla.
Yeah.
RA are leaning so heavily up top, so willing to give away the Drake and just look for a pick.
And maybe a Baron, potentially. The wall comes in. It's not quite enough, but the boulders are there to get the stun. Breathe gets a shield from his Hex Drinker, but he will be stunned. Good flash forward from Nio. That's a pick, and now a TP into the mid lane. This could be dangerous. Shockwave is available. He's pulled in. Vicla hit by the Q, but the rocks are in the way, so Way can't follow it up, and Vicla survives. RA defend their mid-tier 1, and now with Drake there, Zora is behind enemy lines. This is a massive flank. The Roots gonna come on through. LWX punted straight into the Udir's arms. He will be taken down. Oh, the bailout comes on through. It's not quite enough. He gets 2 before he goes down, though. Huge turnaround, but RA still on top of the fight, flashing forwards to try and get onto Way, and they take the Hex Gates on out of there, escaping with style. Yeah. And I know this just looks like an A-ramp to everyone at home, but I want to clarify that this is important for RNG to be able to get mid-prio, to be able to play for the Baron. Assume is 1 HP and he goes down! But LWX, I think he's traded his life for it. That was not worth it. Ming falls as well. RNG massively overcommitting.
That was such a weird situation. Really close with landing W to find the stun. So now they're going to go back. RNG knowing they don't want to give this one over. Tangyuan Shockwave is back up this time. So having that AoE tool available.
Yeah, we're looking at Ming on the thing while there's a team fight going on. Wait is taken down. I don't care if Ming's in a Hex Gate. Let's look at the jungler that's currently dying. Here we go, Baron being taken down as RNG now. Have to go for a 4v5. LWX has to be the carry. Looking at Tangyuan Shockwaves as well. Oh, LWX is on the wrong side of the wall. Vicla flinks him straight into Nio as well. The Shockwave slightly wide, flashed away from his LWX now onto Vicla. I don't know how he survived that, honestly. The flick back even hit him as well as the Udyr stun comes in. Redemption tops him up. LWX is still full HP. How is he still going in this fight? Breathe goes down. Vicla trying to get damage down onto the enemy AD carry. Xiaoshu on the front line as LWX walks forward. Bailout comes into play. The red keeps him alive. And LWX finally falls. Absolute raid boss AD carry for RNG.
RA are kind of farming RNG over and over again with their respawns. But at the same time, I feel like there might have been a cleaner
to dissuade the soul here for RNG. This feels increasingly difficult for RNG, these fights.
I'm curious to see where he'd be at. Maybe around like the 125 mark by now.
Which would be good. That is another one of the spikes. The Xiaoshu is sort of caught. He is playing Udyr, but that health bar is depleting. The Ren comes through. And Xiaoshu, an uncharacteristic late game mistake from him. And in goes Way. Great flash kick onto Assume. He's down. And after all of this, RA, they just completely blunder it.
This team just does not look comfortable playing around the Baron whatsoever, even in the fights they were winning earlier. Again, it felt like they could have just taken the Baron. RNG now with the picks they found, good damage, good scaling on the side of RA. I think a lot's going to come up to this Drake. I wonder if RA even fight it, or if they say, fine, you could have Soul, we'll just like hold out until Elder and make the game-deciding moment there.
Vicla has some damage at this point. He's on 4 items now as Nio threatens more. Weaver's wall. Vicla wants this kill onto Way. Has flash available if he wants to go for it, but will not commit. The railgun doesn't land either. The whole gang is trying to get him. The flash forward to try and finish the jungler. The seismic shove is huge, but the bailout saves him. He dies for it. No, he's still alive. He manages to get out of the backside of the fight. The bailout saves the day, and Ming holds RNG in this game. RA Ray overstep, and RNG crush them under the heel of their boot. RNG will take this game, and I think we're going to 3.
Ming was so massive and so many times keeping his carries alive to make sure they could deal their job. Like you said, we're going the distance. RNG bringing us some fight.
I cannot believe that is how this game ends. Not with a whisper, but with a bang. The opposite of the phrase, but it will be RNG finishing things off, and all off the back of Way, somehow miraculously surviving that play. Nexus falls, and we're going to 3.
Yeah, again, I think, you know,
To the channel. In today's episode, we are going to looking at the best highlights from the today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Let's see what both teams have prepared for us today.
Breather so much to sustain with his little bloblets.
Able to survive this fight, like you said. Ooh. Oh, Tangyuan goes down! The pop from that chunk you out of anywhere and just set up for the all-in. But RA should be able to get this dragon. We can see on the mini-map that RNG's bot lane and jungle were kind of positioned at the Galio, the Talia, but then you also think of the Akali.
Yeah. Maybe a bit of Yagao in there as well as... Oh no, Tangyuan, and he's jumped straight into... Oh god, it's a disaster. Vikla solo kills him twice in a row. As lethality item comes in. It's not something you see all too often though.
No, definitely not. Away the spot turret, so RNG going to be able to leverage this pressure into something well. We'll see if RA start making...
So far, that's not been the case. Here we go. Herald charge down the mid. Oh, Herald engage in the mid lane. Let's go, Nio. I love it. Kindred ult keeps him alive as Breathe, causing absolute chaos. A pop blossom goes sideways as Ming gets into it. Tangyuan looking for redemption. Hits one with the ultimate, even though the Shuriken goes wide. Now onto Assume as well. And he's got energy to work with. Assume's gonna... No, he misses the Q. Oh, God, Tangyuan. Oh, it's a disaster again.
Yeah, I feel like missing... I actually feel like missing the Q, and even missing that first D was a big deal. Because if he connected that... Have one. No Enchanted Crystal Arrow up yet.
No, and they can do this pretty damn quickly, honestly. This might go down before the fight can come on through. Tangyuan and Breathe looking for the flag. We might just have another 5v5 back-to-back here. As they DPS down the Drake. Way trying to move in. Nayu dodges the stun, a couple more autos. The Drake will be taken. Can they find the fight as well? Breathe on the backside as well. Goes in onto Nayu. In the top side, Xiaoshu in trouble. The Pop Blossom again goes wide as Breathe dives onto Nayu and looks for the kill here. He'll slam him onto the floor, and suddenly it's RA there sent packing. This game is ridiculous. In case Vikla ever wanted to do any damage to him, he will be denied. So now, Spill Pure. Okay. See you later, Nayo. That's Baron for like, I feel like almost every kill in this game has been a mistake by the opponent rather than... Oh, hang on. Here we go. Breathe dives into the middle of everyone and is pulled it again. What?
You just said it. You just said it, Punch.
What is happening? Oh, God. I'm losing my mind. LWX starts stacking up those reds.
Yeah, Xiaoshu, though, I think has to be aware. Might be looking for a flank of his own, but they have to know Tangyuan's not showing anywhere. They have to be considering the possible flank.
It should just be the Drake taken. There we go. The Ren gets it, is in, goes. But the Magnus Storm denies the engage, though. He self-counter-picked himself. That didn't make any sense as Tangyuan goes into the backline alongside him. And the ultimate comes on through. Ming is about to die as well in the bottom side of the fight. It's absolute chaos as RNG, I think, are being taken apart, but Tangyuan saves the play on the top side. And now they move back in. 3v3. It's an absolute scrap as they dive on in. Vikla has to carry here. Tangyuan still alive. The mid laner versus the mid laner with a Rel and a Zac bashing about as well. Sora, the last man standing, and this time the abilities hit. And Tangyuan gets it.
This series was unexpected in how close this really was going to be. It feels like the difference
from RNG making it really difficult, but also a couple of mistakes when it comes to positioning, like getting caught out, being in the wrong place. I mean, we saw the one where he sort of just walked in from the jungle. Breathe is in big trouble, pulled over the wall, turns into bloblets, and Xiaoshu can easily finish those off. Or can he? Yes, he can. Solo kill for Xiaoshu.
And this is why you're always excited to watch Xiaoshu. He just knows how to find these opportunities. Now going to get a turret off the back of it as well and relieve so much pressure around the rest of the map. The double flanks coming in from opposing sides of the fight. Xiaoshu and Zora having to mark them.
Breathe doesn't have his passive right now. He is not as tanky as I thought he would be. Dives into the Dragon Pit. He's alive, but only just. Xiaoshu is behind them. They're on the wrong side of the map, and Xiaoshu is not going to let him get away with it. He's going to keep them at bay. The ult comes in from Ming Wei, trying to get the soul. He denies it. RNG managed to stop the Drake as the all-out comes on through. LWX has been found, and Xiaoshu gets another solo kill. Flash for flashes. Ming dodges away from Vickler. In goes Breathe after resetting, and now we're on to Xiaoshu. 3v1 here. In the meantime, Tang Yuan's been found, but he dashes away to safety. Might even go back in onto Assume. In the meantime, the roots come on through, and Xiaoshu dives back into the action once more. He's got reinforcements, and the Q3 lands as well. Breathe bouncing around the play, but does he have enough damage? Nayu gets his ult into the play as well. They're knocked out of the Lamb's Respite and taken down. Alright, that was gorgeous.
And now they're going to be able to turn to Baron. Funnily enough, Assume and Zora actually chased Tang Yuan all the way that we've known on RNG over the years.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this is still so far so good. They've got the Baron. That's been the biggest hurdle for them, is actually getting the Baron. Now we actually get to see how they use a Baron. So far so good.
Oh, big engage.
Oh, Shim's caught by Ming's ult. That's a pretty big stun there, but the Pop Blossom might just save the day. Breathe gets onto the back line. Lamb's Respite already used as Nayu. Low on HP and taken down. Tang Yuan flies into the play and eviscerates them. RA, the siege is broken.
This game is so back. This time they have the players to buy space and set up for Tang Yuan to pop off. So now we're back into the thick of things. Yeah, it's the worst. And I really cannot believe we're up to 6 Drakes. We're real.
The look of it though, they're not going to start anything. Never be starting the Baron. Just be looking respectfully from a distance. Here we go. Arrow goes in. Nayo dives straight into it, and immediately Breathe can follow up. Good defense from Zora to protect his jungler. Lamb's Respite on cooldown. Vickler gets onto Tang Yuan. The root is there. Both of them immediately pop as Zhonya's as Breathe is buying space in the backside of the play. Vickler escapes up top, and in the meantime, Xiaoshu is 2v1ing, and he's about to kill LWX again. Xiaoshu is damn unstoppable in this game. He just jumps into the backline, has a million AD carries to kill, and kill them he will. Nayo gets another kill, as finally Wei will fall, and RA get the fight, and it's all down to Xiaoshu. Being and getting involved in the play. First tower will go down. 15 seconds on LWX, 10 seconds now. Breathe will be spawning as well. They use both their right, take the inhib, guys, please.
Win against Xiaoshu, just on complete opposite sides of the fight. We see the initial gauge come out. It's great on Nai. Oh, much. We don't got time.
I did think it was optimistic to pop a replay up there, but here we go. Baron gonna go down. RA get the objective. Can they find the fight as well? Tang Yuan trying to escape. The Magnet Storm pulls it back into the play, though. Tang Yuan is down. That's huge. And now Breathe has to try and escape from this play. He can't stay on the front line for this much longer as the rest of RA group up and push forwards. They might just struggle to find more as the Fate's Call pulls Ming out to safety, and Breathe can fly away.
And without Tang Yuan, I don't think the kill threat's there. This is where RA can actually look to end the game.
40 seconds until he's back on the map. It's 4v4 right now because Zora is nowhere near the rest of the team. Nayo flashes forward onto Missing, gets the kill, and he'll get a second as well. Wade just desperately trying to survive as Nayo gets the Lamb's Respite out again, last possible second. But LWX once again has been found by Xiaoshu. Once again, Xiaoshu just runs at this Kalista and beats him to a pulp. RA take down RNG.